Hey, it's probably Sharon again. Welcome back to my channel. I'll introduce myself for those of you who don't know. My name is Sharon. It actually is Sharon. I am single. I'm Gen X. I live with my dad, who is getting older. I live with him to kind of help him out a little bit. So that's a little bit about me. I'm really having a fun time with this channel so far. This is my third long form video. Today, I thought it would be fun to go over something that I think all of us go through now and again in life, and that is getting stuck in a rut. Specifically, well, since I'm in my midlife, I'm guessing this is what we would talk about, midlife rut. So even though this does apply to other age groups, um, so these are just some things that help me when I get stuck in a rut. And I know sometimes we don't even realize we're in a rut, but we just kind of reflect one day and go, you know what? I just do the same thing over and over every day. I just feel like a hamster on a wheel, the same routine every day. So some of the things that we can do to kind of break out of that rut, just switch it up a little bit, are make little changes. For example, set small goals for yourself, such as I want to drink more water every day. Make a little chart or get an app where you can mark off every time you drink an 8-ounce glass of water. Because I know for me, I do this every so often where I try to make a goal of drinking more water. But if I don't have something I can check off or mark off, I kind of lose track. And before you know it, I've kind of forgotten about the whole thing in the first place. So drinking more water makes us feel better anyway. It's good for our bodies. So yeah, one little change you can do is set a goal to drink more water every day. Or I want to lose 10 pounds by the end of next month. Something little that you can work towards and kind of gives you something to think about during the day, make different choices to achieve those goals. That's a small way that you can kind of break out of your rut. Another thing is if you commute to work every day, you could take a different route to work, make the scenery a little different on your way to work. Just switch it up a little bit so it's not just the same old thing every day. It might take you a few minutes longer to get to work, so account for that. But even something as simple as that can really help. Another thing that I do once in a while is, for example, if you are somebody who cooks for your family or even for yourself, every once in a while, learn a new recipe. Throw something else into the mix. Learn a recipe that you've never made before. And it doesn't necessarily have to break the budget or anything like that. Just some little simple recipe that's different from what you're used to making. That's another way to break out of that hamster wheel, just learning something new, like a simple recipe. Taking a walk, just getting outside, even if it's 10 or 5 or 10 minutes, even that much time outside, just going for a little walk can make you feel so much better. It like boosts your mood. Your mind can think and relax. And it's just, that's another thing that helps me is just getting outside and going for a little walk. And I mean, these are simple little things, but when you do a few of them, they can really help. You could also make a list of all the things that you have in your mind. I know I'm not the only one that has all these things going on in your mind of things that you need to do. I need to clean out my closet. I need to clean out the fridge. I need to clean out my car. I need to send a birthday card to my uncle. I need, all of these things. Write them down on a list and try to do 1 or 2 of those every week and check it off. I mean, these are simple little 5-minute, 10-minute things. But it gives you a sense of accomplishment when you can check off those things off your little list. And plus, it's getting those things out of your mind and onto a paper that you can check off. Or I'm sure there's apps that you can do that as well. Actually, there is. I do have an app that I check off things sometimes. But that's another thing that you can do to kind of break up your routine. Another thing that I like to do is a hobby. Find a hobby. Work on a hobby that you already have that you haven't worked on for a while. Maybe you want to learn a new language. Maybe you want to learn how to do wood burning or crocheting or whatever it is. I mean, I have so many hobbies that I normally just dig something out that I already am enjoying and I like to do. And it's always such a feeling of accomplishment when you actually finish the project. And it doesn't have to take a lot of time. Just work on it 5 or 10 minutes a day or a couple hours on the weekend. That's another way that you can kind of break out of your rut, is just working on something like a hobby. Planning a small trip. I say a small trip, but you can, I guess, plan a big trip like a month in Europe or a 2 week Alaskan cruise or whatever it is. By all means, if you can afford that, go for it. It gives you something to look forward to and something to work towards. And just the excitement of preparing for a trip is another way to get out of your rut. Give you something to think about and work towards. But I usually make small goals or plan small trips, I guess, such as going, my aunt lives 6 hours away. So maybe going and staying overnight and visiting her just to get out of the house for a night, or going to the zoo with the grandkids. Just little things that will get you out of the house and break away from your normal routine are awesome. The other day, I actually planned to have all of my nephews and my granddaughters come over, and we put up a big tent in the backyard, and we had a projector. We shined a movie on the side of the tent, and we all slept in the tent and watched the movie, and it was so much fun. I had 6 kids in the tent with me. It was a big tent, but we had a lot of fun, and it was fun for them. We were making awesome memories together, and yeah. So, I mean, stuff like that is great. And it's not a lot of planning really, but it's something to look forward to and prepare for. And I know if you're like me with your friends, most of your conversations are social media or on text. So another good thing to do is reach out to one of your friends. Maybe you haven't seen them for a while, and go meet them in person and have lunch. Go do something together, just for an hour or two, even to go shopping together. Something like that, even with a sister or another family member, might be nice. Just to have the one-on-one time together in person, away from social media, and reconnect. That's another fabulous way to, I was going to say awesome, but it is awesome too. Awesome and fabulous way to get out of your rut, give you something to look forward to, and spend quality time with somebody that you really care about. And I think I saved the best for last. I know there's actually many more things I do to get out of my rut, but I didn't want this video to be too long. So for this video anyway, I saved the best for last. And it is to do something nice for somebody else, to get out of yourself and do something nice for another person, whether it's volunteering at the local food pantry for a couple of hours, or maybe there's a little old lady at the end of your block that just lost their husband. Maybe you could get a little plant and a little card just to let you know, or just to let her know that you're thinking about her. And maybe you're out to dinner and you see a little young family across the way. You could pull the waitress aside and volunteer to pay for their meal. I mean, if that's something that if you have the means to do that. They don't have to know it was you, but it always makes you feel good to do something for somebody else. So that's another way that you can kind of break out of your routine and your rut, give you something else to think about, give you something else to do and to plan for. So I hope that you can take some of these ideas and incorporate a couple of them into your week or your day, and maybe you can break out of your routine a little bit. So I hope this was helpful to you, and I hope that you can apply this in your situation. Thank you for staying until the end of the video, and I hope to see you in my next video. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.